Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I want to welcome you to another Cape Conversations. I have a wonderful guest today. He is going to be the guest conductor of the Cape Cod Symphony Orchestra on April 6th and 7th. That's Saturday and Sunday. And he's going to be conducting with guest twin pianist. Oh my gosh, the Naughton sisters. How fun is this? It's going to be a wonderful program. So come along, let's have a Cape Conversations. Hi everybody, I'm Melinda Gallant. Oh, I am so excited because I've got a suave and debonair conductor with me who is going to be conducting our own Cape Cod Symphony next weekend, the first weekend in April. Francisco Noya. I almost said Voya. Noya. I was thinking of the commercial, those little things.
Oh, right? You were thinking of Goya, the painter.
Or the Goya, the painter, could have
or
been.
Or the Spanish food company.
That's true.
There you go.
You're much smarter than I am.
No, but this one is Noya with an N.
And Noya, Francisco Noya.
Right.
I'm so excited to have you here in the studio. So tell me, you're one of the guest conductors this year for the symphony. And what piece are you conducting?
Oh, okay. You want me to tell you the whole program? Absolutely.
Sure.
So the program will begin with a piece featuring the woodwind section of the Cape Symphony, and it's called Old Wine in New Bottles.
Old Wine in New Bottles.
It's a funky
Could
title.
be the story of my life.
Right, and the title is evocative of the fact that the composer, Gordon Jacobs, he used old folk songs from England, where he's from, and he changed them around and put them in, in this particular configuration of instruments. Very charming, delightful piece, a good concert opener.
Nice.
And it's also an opportunity for the audience to realize what a beautiful woodwind section this orchestra has. And then we have a piece that I think is going to surprise everybody by how delightful it is. It's a concerto for two pianos by Francis Poulenc.
And you have special people coming in.
We do. The Naughton sisters. There's a beautiful duo. They're sisters, and they're twins. And they play beautifully. So I'm really looking forward to making music with them. And then after the intermission, we will be performing one of the great masterpieces of the 20th century orchestral music. It's the Concerto for Orchestra by Bela Bartok, Bulgarian composer.
Wonderful.
It's an incredible piece. So I'm really looking forward to the whole program.
Excellent. Now, have you had the opportunity yet to meet the orchestra and rehearse?
Not as an ensemble. I have several friends and colleagues that I've known for many years that play in the orchestra, but I did a concert with the Cape Symphony many years ago.
Oh.
But it was, I will say, over 20 years maybe. And it was a pops concert. It was not part of the master series. So different circumstances, different orchestra altogether, different personnel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, so many of our orchestra members here do participate in orchestras in Boston as well, I believe.
Exactly, yes. And in Rhode Island,
and so
as
in
you
Rhode
know,
Island.
I was resident conductor of the Rhode Island Philharmonic for 24 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great.
Long time.
A long time for sure. So you have a slight accent.
Accent? What accent?
I understand. You have a slight accent.
Yes.
Where are you from originally?
I was born in Caracas, Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
And what made you, being born in Caracas, were you born in the city or outside of the city?
I was born right in the city, the capital city.
Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah. So what brought you to music? I mean, is it just something innate? Were your parents musical?
Well, my grandfather played the piano. And he played the piano, I mean, basically, he was not a professional musician, but he played the piano and he loved music and he composed his own style. And our mother, because we're 7 brothers and sisters.
Oh my goodness.
We all had to take piano lessons. We all took
Smart
music and solfege and theory and everything else And two of I have another brother who's also a professional composer, musician, performer.
Oh, wonderful.
And another brother who was in his youth a really good oboist, but then he went into the sound engineering and sound design. And he works in a studio that does dubbing of films and television programs into Spanish.
Oh, my goodness. So, coming from a large family like that, so how did you get to the United States? Through school?
With an airplane.
Through an airplane.
Right. It was the easy way.
You didn't take a boat or anything.
No. I actually came to study here. I did a bachelor's degree in composition from Boston University.
Oh, wonderful.
And a master's degree in conducting, also from Boston University.
Right.
And I came and I met my first wife, and we got married, and we had a child, and then I stayed here.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So aren't you with Berklee as well?
I am a professor of conducting at Berklee, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I conducted the Berklee, the official title is the Berklee Contemporary Symphony Orchestra for 10 years. I stopped doing that about 5 years ago, maybe a little more. Yeah.
But you are still a conductor in Boston.
Yes,
the Boston
Civic Symphony.
Yeah.
The music director of the Boston Civic Symphony,
and
which is about to turn 100 years old.
Holy smokes. Wow.
I was not there at the beginning.
You don't look like you were. So, is there a difference when you go from one symphonic orchestra to another? Is there the people are different, but is there a difference? Is there a different feeling? Is there a different culture?
Yes, every orchestra has its own culture, of course. And the people are different. You have a collection of very highly trained and highly decisive individuals that believe that music has to go this way. So part of what we have to do is we have to convince 100 people that, yes, your ideas are correct, but for today we're going to go in this particular direction.
And do they ever revolt?
Not yet.
Well, I just wondered because obviously you played an instrument before.
Piano.
What did you play, piano?
Piano was my main instrument. I also played the cello for a few years. That's
see.
how I got involved in the world of music. In the world of orchestras.
Oh, is that right?
Because I was in the conservatory and I was taking cello as a second instrument. And then the youth orchestra began in Venezuela. What people know it now as El Sistema. So I was one of the founding members of that, let's call it, group of orchestras nationwide. And now it's a very important musical movement that is recognized around the world as
that's wonderful.
Very high-level music education. But at the time, we were just a bunch of young kids learning how to play.
So do you go back to Venezuela?
I haven't been back since over 10 years.
I was going to say with the pandemic, that kind of stopped everybody from doing it.
Even before the pandemic, my family, the whole family has left the country for many reasons.
Oh, I'm sure. So, all that said, you became a conductor. You went from playing the piano to become a conductor because you wanted to be in charge?
No. It basically happened almost by accident. I was playing in the youth orchestra, as I mentioned, and the person who was a conductor of the orchestra, he had to go to a different city for, I don't know, he had to be away for a couple of weeks, and he left me in charge, I don't know why, in charge of the rehearsals while he was away.
Wow.
And my friends and colleagues said to me, hey, you seem like you know like what you're doing, and I had no idea what I was doing. But so that kind of got me interested in the subject, and I started taking lessons. And then a few months after that, he left, and they put me in charge, and here we are.
Well, so how old were you?
20.
Wow, that's young.
Yeah.
Conductor, you always think of a conductor as older, experienced,
But there is a reason for that.
Long gray hair.
I don't have that. There is a reason for that because you have, of course, there are many very highly talented conductors that are young.
Right.
But you want to have the experience, and you need to build the repertoire, and that doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of studying, a lot of learning new pieces and old pieces, and getting experience and performing it in different venues, because that's what gives you the understanding of what needs to happen.
So for you need to know all the parts.
In theory, yes. I mean, yes, you have to be able to.
You have to
yes,
know.
yes.
Obviously, you read the notes on the page.
Yes.
However, you have to get the feeling of how the string section might blend in with the woodwind section.
Exactly. You need to be able to adjust things. I mean, this section is playing a little bit too loud, so we cannot hear what the theme is on the side. So you are always adjusting things as you go.
And do you ever find it that when you come into a new situation, for instance, you're coming to Cape Cod, had you done Cape Cod before, been here before to do
Have
it?
I been to the Cape before? Many, many times.
Oh, no, I know that, but you've never conducted the orchestra
Yes,
before.
I did. I
Oh,
think I
you did.
mentioned it, didn't I?
Yeah,
A
well,
few
you did,
years
yes.
ago,
That's why I
yes.
brought it up.
Yeah, right. But this is the first time I'm going to be involved in this particular, let's call it, incarnation of the orchestra.
That's right.
With the current personnel and as part of the master series. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what's the difference between a Cape Cod orchestra, symphonic orchestra, and the one you do, the Boston Civic?
The Boston Civic Symphony
Is bigger?
It depends on what program we're doing.
I see.
The Boston Civic Symphony is what is known as a community orchestra, but saying that the Boston Civic is a community orchestra would be like saying that Michael Jordan is a basketball player.
Gotcha.
Right? So like I said, it's an orchestra that is about to turn 100 years old, and it has had a long history in the music, let's call it the structure of music makers in Boston. And the orchestra started as a training orchestra, where you will have young players that were either just out of the conservatory or were still in the conservatory, and they wanted to have more training before being fully professionals.
I see.
And very high-level community players. But the orchestra has always had a tradition of sending young musicians into the professional world, and we still to this day, I believe we have 2 or 3 former Boston Civic Symphony that are now in the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
That's
but
amazing.
all through the history of the orchestra, that has been the case, not only for the Boston Symphony, but also orchestras all around the country. I found, just as a side comment, a program from the 1930s or something like that.
Wow.
In where there was a little ad saying, we invite members of the community to audition for the orchestra because we send 8 or 10 players to different professional orchestras around the country. So that's always been part of the tradition and the purpose, mission of the orchestra.
You're a feeder program.
But we also are more than that, because we also give opportunity to really good level community players to make music at the highest possible level.
Yeah. It's interesting to me because I do a lot of theater things. And, the difference between a professional theater person is money. You get paid to do it, usually.
Yes.
Not a lot sometimes.
Right.
There's a lot of unemployment.
Never enough.
Never enough, right?
Right.
That said, though, it's funny to me when I talk to other folks around the country and they put down, quote unquote, community something, community orchestra, community theater, those kinds of things. And they really shouldn't, because it's what you do, and what our little community theaters, and we have a lot of them here on Cape Cod, we actually bring stuff to the community they may not ever have the opportunity to see.
But there is another aspect of this as well. We have a number of players, and we're going to go back to the Cape Symphony in a second, but I think this is a very important point that you bring up, because we have a number of players, talking now about the Boston Civic Symphony, that could have gone to become professional musicians, but they decided for whatever reason that they love music, but they want to do something else with their life. So we have doctors, lawyers, judges, we have architects, software programmers, but they're all excellent musicians, right? So, but again, as a collection of individuals, it's a really fabulous orchestra to work with.
Well, it's an avocation,
But we also have
professionals,
and we have very high-level students that
That's
are
wonderful.
performing with us.
And when you perform with that,
Jordan Hall at New England Conservatory.
Excellent.
Now let's go back to the Cape Symphony.
Yes. All right. We've talked enough about that.
Right.
Give them a big one.
But I'm very happy, very proud to be music director of the Boston Civic Symphony.
Yeah,
Not
of course
many
you are.
orchestras get to be 100 years old.
No, that's
Not
for sure.
many arts
No.
organizations
No.
in the Boston area get to be 100.
No,
So
you're
very,
absolutely
very
right.
proud of that.
Yes, and you should be.
And I'm very happy to be with the Cape Symphony
Well,
next weekend.
Well, and you know what's going to be exciting for the Cape Symphony next weekend, actually. It's the 4th and 5th and 6th.
The weekend after Easter.
Yes, yeah,
That's how
I believe
remember,
it's
yes.
the
6th and
7th,
5th and
6th and 7th.
six and
Yeah, I
seven,
wasn't
right?
counting my days right. But, and the performances are at 7:30 and at 3 p.m.
7:30 p.m. on Saturday night
Yeah.
and 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon.
And I call it a talk back, but are you doing a talk after? There's one before, right?
Yes, I believe before both concerts, there's
There'll
going
be
to
one.
be a
Excellent.
let's call it
A
pre-concert talk.
Yes, yeah. And then afterwards, you may or may not do an after talk.
If the need arises, yes, I'm always delighted to
Oh, that's
talk to
great.
the audience.
That's
yes.
great. Well, there's something obvious that we haven't even touched upon,
Mm-hmm.
and that is your shirt says Nantucket Whalers.
Oh, what a coincidence! Right.
And I don't think you wore it. I mean, I think you wore it because maybe you wanted us to know that's where you
As
live.
a matter of fact, no. I just I have a very disciplined way of choosing my wardrobe, which is I open the closet, whatever is on top, that's what I wear.
Gotcha.
No, I actually I'm very proud to say that I am somehow part of the Cape and Islands community because I live in Nantucket.
That's wonderful.
So to me, performing with the Cape Symphony is kind of like home playing.
Sure, sure. And you're on Nantucket, and your wife has a big job there.
She does. She is the superintendent of the schools.
Wow, big job.
Very important.
And
job,
not an easy one.
No.
No, actually, I think you have the easier job. You just have to deal with
sure,
musicians.
But don't tell her that.
No, you just have to deal with musicians.
No, compared to what she does, I mean, my job is very easy. But there's a lot of responsibility
Oh yeah,
to run
yeah,
a school
yeah,
system. And you know, especially, imagine being superintendent during the pandemic.
Yeah,
That
I can't.
was not easy.
She was there then.
Her first year,
Her first year.
yes.
God love her.
Yes.
I can't even imagine.
Yep.
I mean, my kids are so far out. I have grandchildren that I still have 2 that are in school in high school.
Right.
The rest have all graduated and off on their own. But it was just such a difficult time for everyone.
It was hard for everybody.
Yeah, it
For
was.
the schools, for the performing organizations.
Oh,
So that's why
awful.
it's great to see the Cape Symphony doing so well.
And
after-
everything is selling out. That's what's
Yeah.
so crazy. So if you don't have your tickets for this program,
I don't need a ticket.
I heard you had to buy
But-
one.
Yeah, no, they let me in, but
For
they
free?
Yeah, but
But they
I have
make you work.
standing room only. I have to stand
I
there
see.
for the whole
Well,
thing.
anybody else should get their tickets
Yes,
right away.
please get your tickets. Don't
Yes.
miss this concert. This is going to be fabulous.
It sounds like it's going to be fabulous. So, just a real quick question, though. How is it living on Nantucket? You have to commute back and forth,
I
obviously.
swim across Nantucket
You swim?
Sound,
Yeah, that's why you're so fit.
No. We have, as we say, we have a car in America,
Yeah,
and I take the ferry.
yeah.
When the winds are not blowing, because,
Yeah,
when the winds are
yeah,
tough,
yeah.
you can't
Go
sail
anywhere.
across, right.
Right. Or if it's really cold and the channel freezes, you haven't had
That happens like once a century. so
Yeah,
that-
well,
but
since I've lived here, it's happened twice.
twice, okay.
Twice.
Once last century and once this century. so-
Hey.
Right. No, last century was only 20 years
Well, that's
ago.
true.
Right, so
true.
I don't think it's a common occurrence. I mean,
Yeah, it's
a
not
big
common.
storm, of course, will
Yeah.
cancel the ferries, and
Yeah.
sometimes not even the flights are happening.
Right.
Right. So, and you have to get
You
get
get used
stuck at
to it.
home. It's fabulous.
Oh, that
I
could be
love it.
worse. I was going to say it could be worse,
I
right?
love it. I love it. Yes.
That's great. I was going to say, though, if your wife calls off school, does that mean you get to stay home? No. Not necessarily.
No,
right?
because I don't go to the school that she's running. Right.
I see. So let's go back to about these pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the second piece again.
The concerto for 2 pianos.
Right, the concerto for 2
Francis
pianos.
Poulenc, French composer
Right.
and pianist. He actually wrote the piece and he played in the premiere himself.
Wow.
He played it many, many times. And this actually, if you look around, you can find a video, at least one video of him playing.
Wow.
As one of the two pianists. It's a brilliant piece. It's written so well for the piano and the orchestra together. It's a beautiful collaboration. It's definitely a very French piece. Very, like you can imagine a French wine, very, very elegant, sparkling in colors.
Sure.
An excellent combination of great rhythmic vitality and beautiful melodies and beautiful orchestration too.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
looking forward to that.
So you're excited about doing the performance?
Very.
Excellent.
Very.
And they just need to get their tickets
Yes.
for the weekend after Easter,
Saturday night.
Saturday night and Sunday
afternoon. In
afternoon.
the Barnstable Performing Arts Center.
Right.
7:30 Saturday, 3 p.m. Sunday.
Excellent. I will be honest with you, it always sells out.
Excellent.
It
but
always does.
come over and check it out just in case. Get your tickets
Yeah.
just in case.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead and buy your tickets because
Right.
if you're going to get them, you got to get them. You will find the audience is very warm and very accepting here.
Beautiful.
They really are, and the people that go. I actually worked 100 years ago. I worked for them, and they're very open and not only accepting, but they love new things, and they love the experience of the sound surrounding them,
Right.
and
right.
they love
well,
all
I
of
think
that.
this program also, because it's all the pieces are so completely different from each other, but they still work really well together. And it is music that is easy, very accessible, I should say, emotionally very direct. I think the audiences are going to find out that this is a great program for a Saturday evening or for a Sunday afternoon.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. Well, it's going to be spring, right?
Please.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when I woke up this morning, I just took my husband gets up very early, so I just took the covers and put them over my head thinking, oh my God, I can't do this again.
I was up at 6 this morning.
Yeah, well.
No, I had to go play tennis at 7.
Oh, so there you go. You had a reason to get
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Well, this spring has not been very much of a spring. And
This is New England spring.
I
We
know.
should be used to this by now.
I know, but we all complain about it.
Of course we have.
When is Daffodil Days in Nantucket coming up, right?
It's in April.
Yeah.
I think it's in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
4
something like
weeks.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will be able to have some little shoots come up. It's been so
There are
great.
little shoots
They're
there,
coming?
but remember
Yeah.
the spring, I don't know if you know this, the spring always comes late for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, because you're surrounded
And
by
fall,
water.
also the summer lasts longer.
I know.
Because the water is still
For us too,
warm. Yeah.
for us too.
I know we're
So,
lucky.
Yes, we are very lucky.
We live in a very
And listen,
beautiful
I'm from the
part.
middle of the United States, so trust me.
Right.
This is very different, and we're
Yeah.
very, I always like to say we were smart because we moved here, so you
I'm
too.
very happy to be living in Nantucket because also my wife has very deep roots here in,
Oh, really?
in the community. Yes, her family for many years they have a lot of roots in Falmouth.
Oh,
and
sure.
Venice.
Yeah,
Beth's grandfather was the president of the Falmouth Historical Society.
no way. Wow.
So we have cousins here.
Oh,
so
that's lovely.
Actually, we're having Easter dinner here. On
Oh, you
Sunday.
are? Oh, wonderful. In Falmouth?
Born.
Born. Close.
Yeah, close enough, right.
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
So this is for me, like I said before.
It's like coming home.
Exactly, coming to perform with the Cape Symphony. It's actually, I'm playing at home.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for joining me today. It has been lovely, lovely, lovely talking to you.
A great pleasure.
And I don't know, in theater you say break a leg. What do you say in music?
That hurts.
I know, but what do you say in
Well,
music?
people say break a leg.
They do.
They also say in boca lupo.
Bacalupo?
In boca lupo. That's
in boca
usually
lupo?
in the world of opera. That's what they say.
Ah.
Go in the mouth of the wolf.
Go into the mouth of the wolf. I don't
Right.
know, does it? Yeah.
There's all kinds of theories as to why people say that.
Yeah. We'd have to
One thing
remember
I've
that.
I've heard is that when you walk into the pit of the opera house,
Sure.
because the way the pit is constructed, it looks like something like this. And
Yeah.
it looks like the mouth
mouth?
of the wolf. So
That's why.
an Italian
Because you-
friend told me that many years ago.
I forgot to even bring this up. You do opera as well,
course,
right?
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And do you do Boston opera or?
No. I do
Wherever.
opera, whatever opera comes up.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
love it. This is really difficult to do. It's
Yeah.
different. It's a different world altogether. But I really enjoy
Sure.
doing
Oh,
opera,
that's
yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I wish you much success.
Thank you.
We're lucky to have you here.
Thank you very much. I'm
And
very lucky to be here.
everybody will be thrilled once they hear this program, I know.
I think so too.
Excellent.
Don't miss this concert. It's going to be really good. Really, really
And it's
good.
the weekend after
Weekend
Easter,
after,
so you got
yes.
plenty of time. Spring will have sprung, hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's at 3 o'clock. It's at 3 o'clock on Sunday, 7:30
7:30
on Saturday.
Saturday.
And it's at the Barnstable Performing Arts Center.
Thank you.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
Wow, Francisco Noya. Oh, he is wonderful. And he's going to be conducting the Cape Cod Symphony Orchestra on April 6th and 7th. Oh, it's going to be terrific. And the name of the program is Better Together with the Naughton twins. Twins who play concert piano. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. So I want to tell you, you better buy tickets soon. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on another Cape Conversations.